Right, so you can see over here we have this small issue that we can definitely find a solution to. Now here, these titles, you can see that they are uppercased, all right? So we don't want them to be uppercased. Now I have a solution for you on that in that regard. I want you to go back to the dashboard and then go over here to Appearance, click on Customize, and let's go to Typography to edit the headings typography. So that's what we're gonna do. Right, so over here, let's wait for this to load. And so click on Global, and then here click on Typography, and you can see over here headings fonts. So go to heading number 1, click on it. And of course here, just wait for a second, it will show. And unselect this one, right? So unselect it, then click on the next one. And then of course, do the same thing for the other one as well. So unselect it. Now, fortunately for the other ones, H3, H4, and H5, you don't have to edit them because they're pretty much good. So just keep them as they are. And if you want to do an extra checking, you can go ahead and check it out. But up to this point, there's no need for you to just edit the other ones because they're good. Click on Publish to make sure that the changes propagate. And come back over here, make sure that you publish this. And then let's publish. And after that, I'm going to refresh Gutenberg Editor to make sure that my titles are good. Now, this is just the first iteration of the blog post. We're going to keep editing it to make it a more refined blog post. So don't worry about that. Let me click on refresh over here to see if my changes have propagated. If not, I'm just going to have to copy everything back from the beginning. Now over here, I can see that the H2 is pretty good, except for this one right here. And the reason is because here, I have to go back, I think, and copy it. Let me try to go back and copy and see if this works. So let me just remove this and paste. Remove. All right, so you can see there that I don't think we can solve this issue for the heading. So anyways, let's just disregard that and update. So here, you can stick this post to the top of the blog to make it the first one to appear. So I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to chatgpt and I'm going to say my focus keyword is Trump probe, right? So I want people looking for Trump probe to find my post. That's what I want to be ranked for. So I'm going to say, take the blog post that you have written and make sure that you recreate it in the same fashion, except for it needs to be optimized for my focus key phrase or keyword. And I want you to add all related LSI keywords that Google expects to see in my article. And so I'm just going to let it do the work. So let me scroll down to see if it works properly. Okay, so right now it is working pretty good. And let me take you through what is LSI, right? So if I search for LSI, let me search for it using latent semantic indexing instead of just LSI. Now, if I go here to images, I'm not pretty sure if they're going to understand me because this is maybe a statistical thing. Now I'm going to say latent semantic indexing, SEO, so that they can understand what I'm talking about here. Now, let me take you through some examples of what LSI is, but I have to find some examples of blog posts. Right, so here, or LSI, let me try LSI instead of latent semantic indexing. LSI SEO, LSI keywords. Now here, right, so here, okay. I think this one here is a pretty good example, right? Now, this one sources Ahrefs. Okay, all right. So here, when you're talking about, let's say, talking about the topic of animals or pets, here's what Google expects you to talk about in an article. It expects you to talk about dogs, pug, poodle, Labrador. It expects you to talk about food, dog food. It expects you to talk about dogs sleeping, cats sleeping. And so all of those things are keywords that Google expects to see inside of your blog. It's the same, for example, for when someone is trying to write an article about diabetes, Google expects to see all of the stuff that is related to the topic of diabetes, right? So when you talk about diabetes, you're going to have to talk about blood sugar level. You're going to have to talk about blood sugar control. You're going to have to talk about diet. You're going to have to talk about vegan diets. So all of these things Google expects to see inside of your post. Now, for instance, if I click this image, I think this is more representative of what I'm trying to explain over here. To cut long story short, now if you're talking about cold brew coffee, here's what Google expects you to see. Expects to see in your post: water, beans, drinks, filter, brands, bottle. And so in the past, when we copywriters used to try to write content, we needed to put a list of what are the keywords that I should put inside of this post. And so we had to sit there and we had to take those keywords and make sure that all of these keywords exist in the blog. Now, with ChatGPT, that's the best part. You just have to tell ChatGPT what related keywords do you want to use inside of a blog post, and you ask it to integrate that inside of your blog post. So here I can see it already went and written the blog post, and it also has given me the related LSI keywords that it has integrated or that I should integrate inside of the post. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take these keywords and I'm going to say keep the focus keyword as Trump probe and make sure that these related LSI keywords are used in balanced proportion. And so I don't have to go ahead and do it myself, right? ChatGPT will do that for me. So let me just wait now. It's going to take that and rewrite the content. So it's going to make it much more SEO friendly. And then I think after that, we can just copy this content and just paste it. Right, so here, I think it just included the LSI keywords, so there's no need for me to tell it to integrate them. So you can see here that most of this stuff is related to the topic. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this title. Now, for the blog post, I think I'm going to have to redo it. So let me just go here and just delete this. Take all of this other stuff. Now, to make this faster, let me just go back a little bit in time here. Or, in fact, create a new blog post. Let me go back to WordPress. Let me quit this. And let's create a new blog post. Delete this one here. Let's delete this one. That's the fastest route. Add the new blog post. And let me give it a title. So right now my blog post is much more SEO optimized when it comes to the keyword of Trump probe. The content has the LSI keywords that Google expects to see in that post. And so all that's left right now is to go ahead and improve this blog post score using rank math, which is what we're going to do in the next lecture. So we're going to go through some advanced SEO optimization. So stay tuned for that. It's very interesting, actually. Now, the blog post is, I think, not really huge, but we can expand upon it, okay? We can expand upon it later. Now, I think this is pretty good, right? So everything is in place. Let's go right now and improve this post in the next lecture. See you there. Please also, before going away, make sure that you tell me what you think I should include. If you think there's something I missed or something I should have included, please let me know in the Q&A. I'm happy to, or more than happy to assist you in that regard.